Okay, welcome to the channel. And here we are in the next recap episode. So these recaps are designed to allow new viewers to jump into the series without having to go back and watch all the other videos to see what has gone on with the series so far. So this is our old base. The end of the last recap, we talked about making our new base, which we have done. And this is the old base that we are no longer using. So between episodes, I may come over and tear it down, but we'll have to see. But let us check out the new base now. So we talked about building it over in this location, over here. So let's take a look. So coming up over this hill, you'll see something off in the distance. Once it renders, even with max render distance, that's how far away our new base is. Oh, it's starting to pop in. Guess it was this hill. And starting to see an orange box. And an orange tower. So let's take a look. So this is where we decided to build the new base. So starting down here at the bottom, and we'll just go up from there. So this is our mining outpost. If we look here on our tablet, so deep miner region, so we're on the northern escarpment on this location. And then we have Dustlands West. So that's what this miner is doing. So it mines straight iron. These three mine iron, copper, and silicon. And then this one is mining silicon, which when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's right out inside of our base. The only issue is that we have no gold anywhere. You can kind of see out there trying to explore. That is our next boundary. Next location that has stuff. And then there's also one right over in that direction. The only other thing that we have is silver up on top of the hill. But here is the entrance to our base, at least the bottom entrance. We have all of our ice crushers here. We have a hopper here that we can drop our ice into, and then it just gets fed through all of our different ice crushers. We have C, which is the mod, this guy, that automates the transport of is currently loading. If we just reset him here, well, he'll say there and wait until we have a full cargo. He's set to load first, so once he has a full cargo, he brings it up. He does a nice jump up this ramp, gets a lot of airtime, and then lands right here, and then he deposits all the dirty ore into this silo we did in the last episode. So we have a basic terminal here, so we can see the XYZ coordinates of the robot, the current battery charge, how much cargo he has, the direction he's facing, what mode he's in, and the setting. And then we also have a storage amount here. So we have 49 dirty ore waiting to get processed. The issue right now is that we are out of fuel. So I need to get some more fuel. But we have our centrifuges here. So these will process that dirty ore, break it out into the individual items. Goes up through here, and then we have our storage network up here on the roof, which I was playing around with having these hash displays to show the item. The only issue is when you are down here on the ground, yeah, even if you get underneath it, so I'm around, but we can go through and we can see all the different ores that we're collecting and the quantity that we have on them. Next part of the base is our furnace setup. So we're using two furnaces, a regular furnace like we had at the old base, and then we have a hot furnace here, which just means that we have it pressurized in there. That's what it's telling us. So we're 61 in the chamber, and the temperature is 377. So it has cooled down because I haven't done any processing in a little bit. And we are out of fuel, so it can't heat up. So it will cool down eventually over time, but it just reduces our fuel usage, makes it a little easier for crafting a lot of our basic ingots. And that this chute network right here goes down and connects into here, so we can process all those basic ingots. And then all the ingots come out. Each furnace has its own sorter. So this green chute network goes over here, and then it goes inside base, and then goes up our tower to the top of our base. These are our so they're turned off right now to save power, but each one pulls out an item. So the purple is just a cooling engine. Has its own color. So this is volatile, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. And then we have our fuel mixture over here. And then this is our tank for storing all of our output from our gas fuel generators, as well as our furnace. And so it all gets processed through here. This brown pipe is our exhaust pipe, and each one goes into each individual system, pressurizes the input, depressurizes the output, so we get our max amount of filtration that we can get, and that's our atmospheric loop. Then we have our different pipes here. So we have carbon dioxide for our plants, black is nitrogen, and then white for oxygen. And then let's check out our gas solid fuel generator, which should be able to toss some. I don't have any more coal. That's another issue. So gas fuel generator room, we can go in here. So we have this airlock with these blast doors. I thought it was a little overkill, but in one of the episodes, we set the base on fire. So you can check out that short to see what had happened. But we have our 4 gas fuel generators here. We have our air in the room, runs it through, and this digital valve turns on if the temperature is above, I want to say 50 degrees, 40 degrees. It'll turn this on, and then we have our radiators out there, gets cooled, and then comes back through, and then gets pushed through these vents here back. So just a big loop, and then our bad. So let's check out the main base now. We'll go through the lock. Yeah, we had LCD or LED displays here with a lot of useful information from the room, and the fire came through right here and burned everything up in this room. So lost all that, unfortunately. But let us jump into this airlock. In the last episode, had an issue where we were building our storage system. I was doing just a time lapse, and I accidentally built myself into one of the silos, which caused our suit to be destroyed, and had to make a sprint here to the airlock. Ended up passing, but thankfully the air cycled and was bringing in oxygen, and I was able to wake back up. but we were super close to dying for the first time and losing all our progress for our goal. But we'll start right here. So we have this shaft that goes all the way up to our base. We have different pipe meters here just to see what's going on with our different gases. So right now, so we got plenty. And this is water that we had left over from the old base. And yeah, we got our elevator. This is our chute network. And we have jetpack refueler. We can actually take our suit off. Had to rebuild my suit, so that's that. We'll take the elevator up to our command room, at least our lower command room. So go up, next level. So been playing around since the last episode and this one, looking at making consoles here to view all the information. So this is just a direct copy of what's down there for the robot, so we can see it all right here. And then when we have more robots, we can add them in here as well, so we can look at a glance to see if there's any issues we need to go deal with. This is our ingot and ore display, so we can see our iron ore and our iron ingots as well as steel. So all the different ingots, how many we have up in our vending machines upstairs, as well as ore waiting to get processed through. And as you can see, we are completely out of ores, except for cobalt and uranium, which we can't really do anything with. Then we have our main display here. No battery charge is remaining, so right now we are less than 2% battery. We are generating 20 kilowatts of power, and we're using about 18.5. Then we can see how much fuel we have, O2 and volatile for making fuel. And then in case it gets too high or too low, it lets us know that there's an issue, so we can go take a look. So let's jump up to the top of the base. Nice big elevator. Put these windows in, which don't ever really use, so I might try and get these materials. Start right here. This awesome view over everything. We can look down, see the robot going back and forth, which I think is cool. We can see the rest of our base, our cooling for our greenhouse. So this is this is underneath our main room, our workshop. So we'll just start over here in this corner. So we have our seed vending machine. So all the seeds from our greenhouse go here. We have backup oxygen and water that we can store here. And then we have our sorters for our ingot storage, as well as anything ingot will come out. Or if we have overflow on ingots, they will pop out here. And then we have a input in case we need to add anything. We can toss it in here. And this is our atmospherics control for cooling down our base. All it does is there's radiators down below, so these will pressurize the pipe. So 4 megapascals in there. There's none in the tank because we are sitting at 28 degrees. It tries to keep. So these active vents will pressurize this pipe sitting at 50 megapascal. Needs to cool, just open up this valve here, release the atmospheres or the gases into our pipe and fed into the rest of our base. So that is underneath our base. Follow the elevator down and go up 1 floor. This is that just cycles through and tells us what's going on with a lot of the stuff that we care about, that we want to keep an eye on, like knowing that we don't have any volatiles or that we're drawing a lot of power. stuff like that. View up here a little bit higher so we can see farther out. See more out over on this side as well. At our printers, so we did a double printer setup, except for the tool printer, but everything else is on top of each other. And if we need to add anything, we have ingots with displays to show us how many stacks we have in the vending machine for that ingot. So all our basic ingot to stack to 100 stacks of 100, which I can actually pop the guy out. I can come right over here, toss this in, and here in a moment you should see this one get restacked into sizes of 100. Okay, what's going on? All right, need to check on that. What is going on? Power. Yeah, it went directly that way. Here's our so lead, Invar, Electrum. Okay, well, I'll have to take a look at that, find out what happened there. Huh. Second to make its way through. Okay. I was about to say, should be working. So I'll toss that 54 back. So there we go. We got 5 stacks there. And then everything just hooked up here and then overflow as this black pipe here with all these junctions and arrows. And those just go down and then get spit out underneath. Vending machine. So it's a refrigerated vending machine, and it stores all of our potatoes, soybean, and wheat here. And then we have our processor from the old base and our oven. And we got plenty of flour, oil, and potatoes in there now. So everything is automated. And the way we did that, grab our backup suit, cycle into our greenhouse, soybeans and potatoes. We have an output chute sorted. We have our Larry. So Larry is down here. He just goes through checks. So right now he had just grabbed something. He's redoing the seed. So he'll grab a seed, then a potato, then a potato. Then he comes back to this output, and then you'll see him insert it. There we go. And then that gets dispensed off once he gets back to his position. And there's that. Don't have to worry about farming life upgrade. And then these these grow lights are on their own individual timers. So this one the same light and darkness required. Potatoes are a little different, but same atmospheric environment. So that's why we could grow all 3 of them together here. And then we have another greenhouse. It hasn't been set up yet, but that one is in case we have anything that needs a different atmosphere from this stuff. We can plant it down there and then feed it into our system. Last thing, I haven't done anything with it quite yet, but this is eventually our kind of main command room. I'm gonna change it around a little bit. I don't like the glass here now, so I'm gonna change this to just regular flooring. But we can look out and see the different side aspects of our base. So we can look down at the very bottom, look out over here, and then eventually, once we get our trading platforms, we'll have those out over there. There's that. So let us grab our suit from down here. I was going to have a backup suit, but with me getting my episode, have to get some more materials before I could do that. So we'll come up here, take a look. This is our other airlock. Each airlock has water in it, as well as battery chargers. And with these big air vents, these big powered vents, it's real quick to depressurize and pressurize the rooms. So we can depressurize this, go out here, and this is our next area that's going to be for trade. I figure we'll use this giant crater here. A bunch of landing pads. As well as a runway, because I think we need a runway for some of the traders. Our greenhouse ready to be expanded if we need it. Yeah, and then the next thing I'll be working on is getting our silver here. Yeah, so as you can see, we have Northern Highlands. So the closest we can is down here. Shoot network to have a drop-off point over here somewhere for the robot, and it's just going to come either probably out over in this direction or on the other side of the base. If I look, I think the side is also silver. Yeah, everything is silver here. We don't even really need a robot. We could just hook it up to our shoot network and have it feed into the base for silver. So I think I'll do that instead. Just so we don't have to worry about the robot getting lost or anything, as it likes to do. But yeah, that is our new base. Let's take a look. Still working on the coloring. Got that. And make a whole bunch of these paneling. Put those up so I can use blocks. Change this stuff around a little bit, but so far this is the new base that we have. I need to do something this here. Let's cycle this airlock. Need to go get some more fuel as well. With the base running out of power. Our mining outpost, and yeah, our base. So I think I will end the recap here. So thank you so much. Just want to thank you to the subscribers. Finally hit 10 subscribers, big milestone. So thank you to those people that subscribed. Thank you so much for content and leaving those comments. Greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for everything you guys do. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day in episode 18.